Line asks, so even when you hand the reins of Lucasfilm to a protege, it sure sounds like you're going to be in that world for 8 to 10 years. Fair? Question mark. Kennedy says, I don't know if I'm going to say that, but yeah, it's possible.
Sure, it's possible that JFK wasn't shot and it was all a staged assassination, and he's still out there and he's on a beach somewhere. That's possible.
Notice every time he asks a tough question, she gives a very short answer.
Yeah, I've just been reading through it now.
Yeah, I mean, Lance, you can see the baloney.
Oh,
you can see the desperation of the baloney. And I can say that because the reason why Hollywood Reporter and Variety are not afraid of her, and even Deadline is kind of not afraid of her, is they all know it's over. There's nothing she can do. There's nothing she should do. I mean, there's nothing she can do to anybody.
That is a crazy. I mean, yeah, that's
it's a crazy answer. You don't say I don't know. The correct thing to say is I'm going nowhere.
Yeah. If you're trying to reassure people, you issue definitive statements.
I think she just doesn't like the tone of this announcement the last couple days, and I think this is her effort to kind of douse the excitement. That's what I think.
Yeah, it is. But it makes, at least to intelligent people, it makes her look stupid. And it makes her look desperate. It makes her look like the kid who's telling the teacher, I'm sorry, I did hand in the homework. I don't know why it's not on the server, that kind of thing, right? And so give me enough for another 6 days and I'll fix the server and you'll have the homework, right? That's what it sounds like. And so forgive me, Lance, I talked over you a lot today. I didn't let you talk much. I have to go. Well, I mean, I'll let you guys continue the conversation. Lance, the fact that Lance understands how PR works, he knows there's money. When you make a trade announcement, money flows in its direction. And people don't understand why trade announcements of fake projects are made, because money is activated with trade announcements, even if they're not real, right? And so that's what happens. And so, yeah, so this is, sadly, people are going to fall for it because they're going to want to keep falling for it because they don't want to see what's happening here. Anyone who reads this article can say, I mean, she's not denying she's leaving. She's not denying that she can't commit to that she's going to still be involved even if she does leave. That doesn't sound like a person in a position of strength and in charge of the narrative, right? And the fact that she had to do this rather than Disney, Bob Iger, the simplest solution to all of this would have been Bob Iger or Alan Bergman issuing a denial on her behalf in the last 48 hours.
Well, and her boss,
they have nothing. I mean, she do this herself instead of Bob Iger saying, I don't know what, because Bob Iger in the past, when confronted on shareholders calls, says, I'm deeply committed to Kathleen Kennedy. She's not going anywhere. He could have said something the last 2 days when the whole system was saying she's leaving. Bob Iger said nothing. Alan Bergman said nothing. So she is forced to do this degrading interview where she's covering her butt and bragging and all I got to say is these reports are not true. We look forward to working with Kathleen Kennedy for the extended future. What a simple statement. It would have gone away. He didn't do it. And then now he has to do it.
Well, and if Variety and the Hollywood Reporter reported what they did, somebody important leaked that information to them. So this didn't come from
their reputation is on the line. Their reputation with the system, because they cannot release the studio head, a controversial female studio head who's been there for 15 years. They cannot say she is leaving unless they have vetted this from multiple people at the top of the system. Right. Because they are finished. They are finished. And she's not claiming they lied. She's claiming it's a misunderstanding that there was because Hollywood Reporter has presented a succession plan in its articles of possible candidates. She's saying these were my ideas. This is my succession plan that I've been coming up for years, right? She's not throwing the trades under the bus, because if she does that, Blake Lively attacked Hollywood Reporter last week for its cover, right? Where it makes her look like, fighting David and Goliath, and called the interview sexist, the article sexist about how she's fighting Baldoni. So what has happened since then? Hollywood Reporter has been doing report after report about the chaos and kind of suggesting Blake Lively was responsible for the chaos because she made an enemy of the trades. Once you say the trades are sexist or lying or this and that, the trades are like, oh, you don't understand who creates narrative in this town, do you? Now the narrative is going to be, we're just going to keep revealing things about that production because you attacked us. You don't attack the trades. If you attack the trades, you are done.
So Cameron, what do you think?
I got one last question. I'm sorry.
Okay, last question. What might be the next move? So obviously, whoever's important who said she is leaving, is going to not like this article and be irritated by it. So they're going to have to strike a deal and respond. Is she going to announce her new studio in the next week? Like what do you think might
they'll let it calm down now for a few weeks. The next major point is the Star Wars celebration in April. They're going to let it calm down for a month. At which point they'll be like, okay, now because she said this is 100% my decision, let her come out at Celebration and said, here's my wonderful succession plan. That's what's going to be put into effect. She is just salvaged. She's going to come down the stage there and introduce her successor, I think. And that's going to be a gun to her head. That's what they're going to tell her to do.
I think Iger wants one successor and she wants another. And I feel like part of that is
her call is irrelevant. She has no call in this. She's out. All right, forgive me, Lance. I'm so sorry I couldn't talk to you. I will respond to you on Facebook, and I got to go. I'm late for something. So everyone, continue watching the channel.
Thank you very much for coming, Cameron. I'll be in touch.
Yeah,
Cameron. Thank you so much for coming. That's fantastic. Right.